And a happy Friday to everybody. Jewel here with you, checking out the weather today on Friday, the 20th of December, 2019. Thank you so much for joining me to check the weather out. I appreciate it very much. If you're into the weather, weather-related content, anything about the weather, please don't forget to subscribe, click that bell, and then make sure you check off all to get all the latest in weather news, forecasts, watches, warnings, and any weather-related material that I put out. I would greatly appreciate it. This is the NDFD map. This is one of the best maps today that's showing what, in my opinion, is looking like exactly what may happen, but we will check out all of them, okay? This is on Friday right here, but with weather headlines, significant rainfall and mountain snow is expected for the Pacific Northwest through tomorrow, and you can see we do have all of this rain right in these areas. I've been telling you guys for many days you could have some flooding to occur in Washington State and along the coast of Oregon. Still got that high surf advisory that's going on with very high waves that are going to be coming in along with some wind, so please take that into consideration if you live right along the coastlines, okay? Now, heavy rain is also likely this weekend and beyond for parts of the Gulf Coast, Florida, and into the southeast. Now, what we have here, as you see, I have this pointer for the 12Z run today. Right here, where you see where these more severe thunderstorms could hatch up with the lines through, this is where a low is going to come off. But you see these dotted lines here, another low may come up. We may have two spinning off before it is all over. We'll go up to the 18Z run Saturday, midnight tonight, Saturday morning. You can see these things start to hatch up and a little more rain. The lighter green, the lesser rain. The darker green, the more rain. That goes for snow as well. Not a lot of snow in here right now unless you're up in these areas. And we do have some mixes going on in Washington State and parts of Montana and Idaho. By 6 a.m. Saturday morning, this is going to start to grow some. Looking like probably Sunday. We'll go to the 12Z run. This is when the heavier rain is going to be in Louisiana. Starting to get in the Florida Panhandle, parts of Mississippi and Alabama here, and off the coast of Florida. Now, this is, see where this is right here now, how it's going to move up? Well, we'll move to the midnight Sunday run, and boom, then it's really going to start raining more. 12Z run Sunday, very dark green. And as you can see, the entire state of Florida, just about at this time, with the exception of the Panhandle, you've got these lines going through your entire state, those red lines. So some very heavy thunderstorms, maybe severe, maybe not, but there is that chance that they could pop up. And please don't forget, over on the West Coast, my friends, California, up in these areas, you're going to get a lot of rain as this low pushes on in. Also, as we move back a little bit, I don't know if this map, no, this is just for the U.S., but my friends up in Canada, up in these areas, you're going to be getting a lot of rain and snow mix also. Now, as we take a look for today, you see the timestamp up there. This is valid from 7 a.m. this morning until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. This is from the Weather Prediction Center and what it's looking like when they put all of their maps together, what may happen. As you see, we have a steady stream of moisture. It's directed at the Pacific Northwest coastline. I talked about this for days and days on end. Now, this is going to result, everybody, in a variety of weather hazards right on into the weekend. An extended period of this heavy rain and mountain snow is likely lasting through at least tomorrow across portions of western Washington and Oregon. Along the coastlines, as I've talked about, rainfall totals of several inches is expected, while the highest elevations, like in the Cascades, you guys are going to get snow accumulations that may exceed 3 feet. be aware if you're in those areas. Now, it looks like this storm's going to bring periods of high wind and rough surf to the coast, which I've talked about, and the system's going to shift slowly southward with heavy rain and mountain snows moving into portions of northern California by late Saturday into Sunday. And you can see all of it right up in this area where you see these white lines, heavy snow. This is Washington State, part of Montana. We've got the rain on the coastline, and where you see the red bars, this is heavy rain, possibly some flash flooding along the Washington State coast and the Oregon coast. Also, for today, you see down in these areas where this low is going to start to form, we got some light rain in Texas, heavier down south, maybe Houston. You could have a thunderstorm, nothing severe though, but this is where the heavier rain should be today. Also, as we move up into Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, along the east coast and up into parts of southeastern Georgia, could have some rain today. Shouldn't be very severe, just maybe a chance of some rain coming up. But as we move further south, this is where the heavier rain is going to start. Now, when we move up to tomorrow, Saturday, as you can see, all of this is going on a little further, and we got this upper level low that's crossing the southern plains, and you see it right there. Now, this should reach the Gulf Coast by tomorrow night, and it will eventually spin up this low pressure system I keep talking about in the Gulf of Mexico, which should slowly move northeastward towards the Florida Panhandle through early Sunday. Right now it's looking like we'll go ahead and move on across. Sunday's going to be a really heavy rain day for Florida, and we will check out something else and check the winds in just a moment though. These showers and thunderstorms with heavy rain is going to begin impacting central Gulf Coast region by tomorrow. Let's go back to tomorrow. As you can see, it is happening from Texas all the way up with the heavier rain through Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. Now, this is going to spread into parts of the southeast and northern Florida by Sunday. Gusty winds. I showed you some of those gusty winds yesterday. They're also possible along the Gulf Coast for Sunday, and they're associated with this system. Now, much of the Gulf Coast states to the East Coast and New England will be near or below average for the start of the weekend so far as temperatures go. Expect across interior New England, where some of the greatest anomalies should occur, you could be 10 to 20 degrees below normal today. In contrast, warmer than average temperatures will spread across the northern and central plains into the Midwest, where daytime highs for tomorrow, Saturday, you're going to warm up. You could be 10 to 20 degrees above normal for this time of the year. And so far as the West Coast goes, cooler through the weekend as the front moves through. This low front, both of these low fronts start to move through. So keep all this in mind. Stay safe in your travels. Now we're over at the European model. I want to point something out to you. This one's still a little bit better than GFS, so that's why I'm using it for right now, okay? Anything changes, I'll be sure and let you know. Now, we got this high pressure up here, right? Well, as these lows form, some of these maps, especially on the GFS map, it's showing a lot more heavier rain up and down the coastline here for Eastern Virginia and North Carolina. I think it's running a little ahead of itself, and I think, yes, we're going to get some rain, but I think it should be down probably by Monday, when we should get most of our rain up in these areas to around 40%, while everybody else is going to get a lot more. This high, remember during hurricane season, I always tell you, highs push, lows pull. I wanted you to see this, so I'm going to turn this off right quick so you can see everything. You see the timestamp down here, it's 4:11 a.m. this morning. Let's move on up to around 10 p.m. this evening, see what it's looking like. You can see now we do have this trying to get a little bit of vorticity off the coast of Louisiana, but not any yet. We'll come up to around 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. Still trying, but it's not really anything bad at this time, okay? And right down here, I think we're going to have another one spin up. Well, let's get to 7 p.m. Saturday evening, tomorrow evening. Then, here we go. It looks like we got something going on. We're going to see if it has formed, and it has. We do have a low pressure that has formed now by 7 p.m. tomorrow night, if not a little earlier. 29.89. That is the barometric pressure in it. And as you can see, it is got some heavy rain bands in it. But most of the heavy rain still off the coast. Now, there's 1.19 inches right in here in this cell right here. We'll move up to around 2 a.m. Sunday morning. Looking like now, the heavier rain is going to be coming in right in this area. Maybe the panhandles of Mississippi and Alabama. You might get a little bit of this really heavy rain, but I think most of it now is going to go up into the Florida panhandle and then move on across the state, as a matter of fact. So everybody, you know, and I'm talking Tallahassee, Mexico Beach, places like this, you're probably going to get some of the heavier rain as we move up to around 11 a.m. Sunday. You can see how this is moving on through with these heavy rain bands now. Let's see if we can bring this map up just a little bit as we talk about this particular system. I know a lot of people want to know about it. Now you can see a little bit better in Tampa down in this area. Looking like you're going to get some of this. Let's check the wind right quick at this time. Sustained winds aren't looking too bad. It's going to be breezy though, folks. Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday. When I say breezy, I'm talking about anywhere from the teens to the 20s with maybe a gust in the 30s once in a while. Let's check out the wind gusts right now. We got some pretty heavy wind gusts going on in Alabama. We'll check and see what they are. 42 mile per hour wind gust, as you can see. Down around Tampa, what is this looking like for wind gusts for you folks? 41 mile per hour wind gust. So it's going to be windy. Sustained winds aren't going to be that bad right now for around lunchtime Sunday as it's looking right now, but you're going to have some awful wind gusts come in, as you can see. So let's put it back really quick now. We don't want to go on too long, but I do want to take you through this. And you can expect this stuff all day Sunday. By Sunday night around 9 p.m., most of the heavy rain, most of the heavy wind should be gone. But then, I want to, as you can see, I'm going to move this over. Look, this is still, we have this high still pushing it down, okay? That's why I'm saying I think the GFS is showing a little more heavier rain over for eastern Virginia and eastern North Carolina than really will happen. Yes, we'll get some rain, but I think at the highest point it should only be at about 40%. As we move up to around 7 a.m. Monday morning, here we go. Let's see what the pressure is looking like at this time. This low has a lot of isobars, but they are not tightly compacted. That's the key. But it is a fairly large system. And you can see we do have some of this rain. Our pressure up in the area of eastern North Carolina is still 30.06 at this time. The hot spot's going to be down. Let's take this off right quick. Around Charleston. Now you guys are going to get some heavy rain anywhere in these areas here. Heavy rain. And we'll check your wind out right quick. This is Charleston, South Carolina. Sustained winds are not bad at all. What about wind gust? Wind gust up in this area that's going to be coming in off the coast and going across 49 mile per hour wind gust. So, that's a quick look at what's going on. Florida, for the next few days, you're going to have rain. It's going to be breezy, and you could have some high wind gusts. This is going to happen from New Orleans to Mississippi to Alabama to Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. By Monday, we should have some rain. I'm going to keep it at a 40% chance as for now. It will be breezy, but our wind gusts will be nothing compared to the others. Have a good day, a safe day, a blessed day. I love you guys. Merry Christmas, and may each of you have much peace, loving kindness, not only today, but for the entire end of the year and the new year to come. Thanks for watching.